Hello and welcome back to episode 5 of Unknown to World Known Club 8. We're back once again with AC Milan for the final game of the season where we can secure second. So since you were last with us, we actually started quite well. We had wins, a draw against Inter Milan, where we were unlucky to lose, I would say. We then actually beat Juventus with a Cacciatore penalty. It was a smash and grab and a half. We then beat Napoli 2-0, but then fell to a draw with Sassuolo where Quaresma got sent off. We then bounced back from that with a 2-0 win against Chievo, but then drew Bologna with a late goal equalising for them. We then most recently beat Atalanta 2-0. Again, where we both had a red card. Today we're going to be playing Cagliari. The reason we've come back just for the one game is we can't win the league. The best we can do is finish second, which we are currently on course to do because it's based on results between teams in Italy. So as long as we match Juventus' result, we remain second in the league, which is a good first season for us. We came in to a team that had finished in the outside of the European slot, so we're getting them straight back into Europe, and then hopefully next year we can push on a bit further, although we have got a lot of players to swap around for younger and better players. Let's go and see how we do against Cagliari first of all. And the lineup for the final game of the season, we have Donnarumma in goal, a back four of Antonio, Marcon, Saliba and Bellicoso. Popper is the holding midfielder, George and Felix in midfield, Mbappe and Delogu on either wing, and Cacciatore up front as the lone striker. And today we are potentially saying goodbye to a few players. João Felix is retiring. Mbappe might be following him out. Quaresma has an expiring contract and doesn't want to re-sign. Ballin is gone and we're 1-0 down. Donnarumma might be going because I'm annoyed with him. And there was somebody else that's Tonali on the bench, he's retiring as well. So I think more than anything, that's what's happened to Juventus this year, is just too many of their players have got too old. And they haven't been able to replace them as of yet. Hopefully we can do so over the summer. We haven't got a massive amount of funds to try and do so. I'll be completely honest with you. The Roma job is looking insecure. I'm half tempted to go back to Roma. Let me know what you think there. Should I take the plunge if it becomes available? Mbappe with the cross in. Ravi heads away. Bellicoso tries to bring it back forward. Popper back to Felix. George plays it to Popper. Antonio trying to find space on the right hand side. He goes inside to George who crosses the ball in. Cacciatore gets his head on it but can't keep it down. Yeah, I would be quite tempted to go back to Roma because they've had a bad year this year, but for the most part they've still been up the top end of the table as Marcon gets an equaliser for us. Mbappe with the corner. I have asked Mbappe to reconsider his retirement. Everyone else I'm kind of letting go. Mbappe's the one that I'm trying to keep on for one more year. But then it could be that I'm not here to enjoy that one more year. Bellicoso throws straight to their player. Popper sends it to Bellicoso. Back to Popper. And he's bringing it inside. Ball through to Cacciatore. And it's a good save from the keeper. And we've got another corner now. Mbappe going to take this one as well. Plays it short to Popper. And that was the end of the highlight. That was great. So, and Popper has just handballed it for no reason. The only person challenging him for that header was him and his own teammate. So Popper might be leaving because he's an idiot. reviewing the footage, and it's going to be a penalty because we know it is. Yeah, there it is. That is unbelievable that he's done that. And it's a missed penalty. So we let off a little bit there. Milan still drawing in their game from the looks of it, as again a throw-in goes straight to the Cagliari players. However, Jose Antonio has nicked the ball as it was cleared, goes for goal, but straight at the keeper. And disappointing finish. We've now got a throw-in which he throws to Mbappe, back to Antonio who crosses it in. Cassiatore heads and it's just wide of the post. We're creating chances in this game. How are Juventus doing? They're drawing with Benevento still, so as it stands, we're still finishing second in the league. I don't know what to make of Roma. I'm really tempted. Because, the return story. Coming back and then winning the Serie A with them. And my other concern is, of course, AC Milan, they've got a lot of players leaving, and I think we've got 30 million. So because so many players are leaving, I can't generate much money because they're retiring, or in Quaresma's case, a free transfer. So at the minimum, I'm gonna go for the interview with Roma should it come up. At the minimum, João Felix ball through, judge me, and it should be scored. We're gonna bring Felix off for Kellers now. Just because Felix can have his little moment going off the pitch to applause. Who else do we want to give that moment to? Probably Mbappe, but we'd like to do that a bit later on. It might not be his final game. We don't know that yet. As Cagliari try and make space, Secondo is tackled by Marcon, but the ball goes back to them. And the ball's spread out to the right-hand side with Klima. Chance to cross, sends it in. Saliba heads away, but it comes straight back at us. And there's a tackle there from Popper and also Antonio, who got a very good tackle in. Delogu, why is he taking a throw-in on the right-hand side of the pitch? George Me plays it to Kellers, who can't get his shot off. George Me collects it deep, and then we try and play it back forward. Kellers runs into space. Cacciatore to Delogu. Back to Bellicoso. Back to Kellers on the edge. It's crossed in and Delogu was offside. I don't know why Kellers didn't put the ball in. We're going to bring Antonio off with that injury for Ethan Laird, who can have a final run out. He's retiring as well. So that'll be our final change, letting Ethan Laird get a bit of a final showing before his retirement. And a poor goal kick there. Mbappe plays it to Cacciatore, who's trying to get past his man. Delogu hits it on the run, and what a strike that was to make it 2-1 to AC Milan. That was fantastic. And now we lead once again. Can't be once again. It's the first time we lead today. However, that potentially is the goal that secures us in second place in the league. Juventus still drawing as it stands. Inter Milan losing to Genoa. So if we kept the pressure a little bit more, we could be on the verge of a title win. Do we bring Mbappe off? I think we don't, because maybe we can tempt him into one more season. He never got his moment of applause. That'll be the thing that it bites at him and it makes him want to come back for another year. It's not really how it works, but go with it. He didn't get his moment to walk off the pitch to applause. So he wants another year. Marcon clears away. You know what's going to happen. He's going to stay on for another year. I'm going to leave and go to Roma, and he's going to score the winner against us to knock us out of the semi-final or something. Laird plays it to Bocchio, who's very lucky to be back in the team given his actions previously. Popper plays it through for Mbappe, and there is a moment for Mbappe to make it 3-1. Is that his moment where he's going to be happy to retire on getting a goal that secures a second? I hope not. I hope he does stay, just in case I have to stay, and then at least I can still say I've got Mbappe for a second year. Although Cagliari have got one back, so there you go. But Mbappe, you weren't the final scorer on your final game. You can't have that. You've got to stay for another year. Juventus are now leading, so it's a bit more important that we close this game out. And with a throw-in at their end of the pitch, ball cleared to Marcon, who plays inside to Bocchio. He goes forward to Delogu, who tries to find Mbappe, but he doesn't manage to do so. Ball comes back towards us. Marcon heads, and Laird keeps it in play. And then he goes infield. Don't know what happened there, but Delogu's ended up on the ball, who shoots from range, and it's a good save from the keeper, but it was a nice height for him. And he clears the ball up towards our end. Saliba heads down. Cassiatore collects it, and he finds Mbappe, who's on the right now. Tries to get across him, but doesn't manage to do so. We've got potentially 15 seconds of Kylian Mbappe's career left. Ethan Laird with the throw-in. Can't find anyone. It's headed straight back out of play. Ethan Laird with another throw-in. This time he throws it to Mbappe. Back to Laird. Ball is blocked as it goes for the cross. Popper plays it back to Laird, who gets the cross in. Cassiatore can't get his head to it. But that is the end of the game. So a 3-2 win that sees us clinch second in the league. However, leaves us 6 points off the top of the table. Let's go and have a season review and see what is going to happen next. It's time for the season review 2035-36. Let's have a look at what the board have thought of the season. They give my only signing, Adele, a C+. Outbound, I don't think many of these were me, if any. I don't recall any of them really being me getting rid of them. So we're going to move past that. And we don't care very much about that page either. So in the league, we were expected to qualify for the Europa League. We've instead finished second and qualified for the Champions League, which gets us a B+. B-. Bizarre. In the Coppa Italia, we were expected the quarterfinal. We got to the semi-final and then lost out to Juventus, who did go on to win it. I would like to question how we could have finished it. I mean, even if you take the results against Inter Milan, if we win those, the -3, 88. If we win those, we win the title. That's how simple it could have been. I had to check I wasn't talking rubbish for a moment there. Biggest win was our 4-0 against Cagliari. Match to remember was our 4-1 against Lazio. Goal of the season going to George for the goal he scored against Torino. I think I remember this. It was a bit of a screamer if I remember correctly. It was early on in the season, back in September. And yeah, João Felix clears it here and it's still a nice goal. It would have been nicer if he'd hit that on the volley, but it's fine. Finances take a big hit because, of course, they were in Europe the year before. They weren't this year. So, sponsorship, very minor down. Broadcast revenue, that's going to go down because you've not got the extra competition. Same here, and same here. George Me, Hansen Aaron, Adele, Conju, and Tonali are the top shirt sales. How we lined up, so you had Donnarumma in goal, Salvadori, Conju, Marcon, Bellicoso, Quaresma, George Meat. That's a very accurate first 11, except maybe Delogu should be Adele. Other than that, can't argue with it at all. Accolades, so I won nothing. Player of the season for the fans was George Me. Young player of the season was Cassiatore. Sign of the season was Adele. Top goal scorer, Cassiatore of 22, who also got 9 assists and 8 player of the matches, 7.2 highest average rating. Donnarumma with the most league appearances by a player of 774 as he breaks the AC Milan record, I assume. Or it might be the league record. Let's have a quick look at that. If we go on to records, players, would it be? No. Player records. Can't find it anyway. We'll assume it was an AC Milan record then. So, we end the season. We have lost out on the league, but also on the flip side, we are in the Champions League next year. We'll keep an eye on the jobs. We might end up back at Roma. We'll have to see how it plays out over the summer, which you will be able to find out on Tuesday when we return for the new season. Let me know in the comments what you think is going to happen. Are we going to be at a new club? Are we still going to be AC Milan manager? And subscribe if you are enjoying the series. Thank you very much for watching.